So in this practice set series, we're still looking at Pythagorean theorem, but we are going to be looking at it on the coordinate plane. So we're still going to be using our a squared plus b squared equals c squared formula, only this time the information we're given on the lengths of our sides is going to come from the coordinate plane. So in our first problem, we're asked to find the distance between point R and point Q. And so what we want to do is we want to actually construct a triangle, a right triangle, using these points. All right, so if we look at this, if we draw a line down from R until we're even with Q and plot a point, that point's going to have an x value of 5 and a y value of 2, which makes sense because that's our x value for R and our y value for Q. So that's where this point's going to come from. Now this will allow us to get a length on these two sides, which are our A side and our B side, and then we can plug those values in to find our hypotenuse. All right, so for this segment, for our A value, we are going from y is 7 to y is 2, so our A value is going to be 5. Our B value, we're going from 8 to 5, so our B value is going to be 3. And then it's just a matter of doing our computations. So we get 5 squared is 25, 3 squared is 9. So we get 34. And then we just find the square root of 34. And so we get 5.83. All right, and that makes pretty logical sense because this side is 5, this side is 3. We would expect side C to be larger than both of those numbers. And so if we look at our answer choice A is the closest at 5.8. So with this problem, we are actually asked to plot our second point. So our first point, Z, we're given at 6, 3. All right, so I've gone ahead and plotted that where x is 6 and y is 3. Gone ahead and plotted that point. And now we've got to plot our second point, which we're told is 10 units to the left and then 5 units down. So 10 units to the left means we're going to subtract 10 from 6 to give us -4 for our y value. And then we are going to be going down 5 units. So we're going to go down 5 from our y value of 3, which is going to give us -2. So I'm going to erase my -4 here because it's going to be in the way. So our point is going to be right here. And they call that point Z prime. So that's going to be at -4, -2. All right, so we have to find the length of this line segment. And so what we're going to do once again is we're going to create a triangle. Create a right triangle, I should say. Actually, I want that to pass through the 2. And so this point right here is going to be 6, -2. All right, so from here to here, from this point Z to this sort of made up point here, we'll just call it Y. From Z to Y, I need this line segment value. So I'm going from Y is 3 to Y is -2. So that length is 5. I'm going to use that for my A value. It's 5 squared. And then now I need to plot from Y to Z prime. So we're going from 6 to -4, which is a value of 10. So that's my B value. So B is 10. All right, and then it's just a matter of 5 squared is 25, 10 squared is 100. So we get 125 equals c squared. Find the square root, and we get 11.18. And so answer choice A, 11, is closest to this value right here. So for this problem, once again, we're using our Pythagorean theorem to find the distance between 2 points on the coordinate plane. All right, we're going to use the same process that we've used in the last two. So we're going to create a right triangle. Now, for this one, it doesn't actually matter where you create your right triangle. I'm going to go ahead and put this point in quadrant 2. But again, you could come up here to quadrant 4 if you like, and make your right triangle this way. It actually doesn't really matter. But I'm going to go ahead and go down here. I'm going to plot a point that has the same x value as k and the same y value as j. And I'm just going to call this point L. And so that's going to be 4, -6. And so this will be my A value, this will be my B value, and of course C is what we're trying to find. So here we're going from 4 to -6, so A is going to be 10. Here we're going from -4 to 4, so B is going to be 8. And so we get 100 plus 64. Let's get 164. Find the square root of 164. And we get 12.8 equals C.